The Mario movie came out some time ago, and I watched it, so here's what happens in it. So the movie starts out with our main hero Bowser going to press some penguins for their confrontational foreign disputes. He brought his entire squad with him, like it was about to be an invasion, just to solo them himself in like 2 seconds. Like what was the point in that? There's soldiers out there that could have spent some quality time with their families, but instead they're out here in the snow just to beat some props. Anyway, after that it cuts to the fake world, and some guys are overdoing an Italian accent for a commercial. They're brothers named Marius and Ludovic. As you can imagine, it's not too hot for them, because they get clowned on by their former boss, who's still hating like it's his full-time job or something. He basically tells them that they'll never amount to anything, and they're clowns for leaving him, but if his pockets aren't hurting, then what's he so pressed about? So after the Mario Bros, wait hold up, why this dude Luigi agreed to be called a Mario brother? Like I know he's a little bro and everything, but that's like OD meat writing. Like imagine if they called Phineas and Ferb the Phineas brothers. So the Marios get to a woman's house to help her with the plumbing, but the dumbass didn't tell her that she had a wild dog in the house, so it presses them like their old boss, and they end up wrecking the crib. The brothers are forced to retreat back into the house with their family members, where they continue to clown them for accomplishing nothing in life. Then Mario goes to play some game cause LOL, when him and his brother notice there's a big flood going on in the sewers, so he jumps at the chance to save the day. When they get underground, Luigi jumps at the chance to do the most, and ends up getting separated from Mario at like the most early time he could possibly do so. If I didn't know any better, I would say he's trying to find his own shadow side of his brothers, but no, he's just that lame. Mario goes down a different pipe and tries to save his dumbass brother, but it doesn't work, and he ends up in the Mushroom Kingdom. He meets Toad, and he's annoying, because I guess they wants to be as game accurate as possible when it comes to that. And Toad tells Mario that Luigi is most likely being trafficked by Bowser in the land of the free. Then we see Luigi having the worst time of his life, being harassed by all sorts of soldiers, before being trapped in some house with more officials, cause you know, Luigi's Mansion game tie-in. What would I know, I didn't have a GameCube. So Toad takes Mario all over the block to meet with the princess, and the dumbass Toad guards decide to draw out more of the runtime of the movie. So Toad Prime has to distract them, while Mario sneaks his way into the princess throne room, where they all discuss how they're about to get pressed by the ruler of the free world. They think if they get some apes to help, they'll stand a chance. And also Mario shows up and meets Peach, so that's cool I guess. Mario asks Peach if she can help him find his worthless brother, so she puts him through this army-ass obstacle course that would have packed him up if it weren't for the fact that he had extra lives because he kept eating a mushroom. But that's not how mushrooms work. Yeah, whatever. While Mario and Peach start bonding, Bowser, the supreme commander of the Allied forces, talks to his men about a special military operation they're conducting on the Mushroom Kingdom in order to bring about responsible governance overseas. It's also revealed that Luigi got himself captured, because of course he did, and he has a flashback to basically the story of his life, which is him getting hoed and Mario having to bail him out. So Peach tells the Mushroom Bums that she's gonna go on an expedition with some rando she just met to get help from some apes against the Allied forces of Bowser, and they're all geeked out over it. Peach, Mario, and Toad go on a quest, while Jack Black sings a song that got super popular, despite the hook only being one word, and this song not even being one of the most memorable parts of the movie, but you know, the agenda always strikes again. But then Bowser learns there's a man with his potential wife, and he tries to find out who he is. So Peach tells Mario about how her parents did her dirty, and left her with a bunch of useless mushrooms, and that's all she's ever known since. Truly a fate worse than death. Luigi gets brought before the commander of the Allied forces, and he presses him to give him information about Mario, and he folds instantly.
There's a human traveling with my fiancée.
But wait a second, pause the movie. Why do Peach and Bowser even know what a human is? Like, are they trying to say these guys know what Earth is, but just don't interact with it or something? Or is human just a word they made up for whatever Peach is? And for that matter, why is everyone speaking English? Wait, what the fuck? But anyway, Luigi gets thrown with the other prisoners awaiting execution, and the Peach sisters get to the Ape Kingdom. They're on Mario Karts because they had to cram in as much Mario content as possible in the movie, like they thought they wouldn't get a second chance or something. Then they meet up with the Ape King, and Peach has to convince him to help, and she says that if they don't help, then Bowser's gonna put them in a spliff next. So the King tells Mario that if he wants them to stop being assholes, they have to press Donkey Kong, who's also his son, and is super annoying and unlikable, and mad for no reason. Like he literally shows up with a throbbing, pulsating hate boner for Mario, like he popped his hoe or something. Like what's the problem, dude? So Mario becomes a cat, and ends up putting him on his ass. So the king agrees to let some annoying apes on the army. So the ape army makes more Mario Karts, so they can travel across one of the Mario Kart maps or whatever. And the wise commander of the Allied forces, also known as Bowser, sees the enemy's strategy a mile away, and decides to encounter them before they can perform their sneak attack. The brave men of the 1st Division manage to put a stop to the Mario Kart race and destroy their rainbow, splitting Mario and Donkey Kong away from the rest of them, and they end up inside of an eel, where they whine about the fact that their lives may be coming to an end soon. Peach returns to her pathetic kingdom, and tells the scrubs there that her cowardly plan to perform a terrorist attack on the Allies was thwarted by the enemy's exceptional intelligence, and she tells her subjects to hide in the forest to perform more acts of banditry in the meantime. Then Bowser appears in front of Peach with an offer of peace, which she rejects, so he's forced to display his capabilities on one of the Toads, before she realizes that war is not the answer. The Apes get thrown in prison where they belong, and then Bowser's minion tells the prisoners they'll be executed for their crimes against peace. When Mario tries to be real Donkey Kong, he acts super annoying about it, and even though I hate him and he's not funny, he sucks and he's lame and all that, I have to admit this is a funny scene.
And well, my dad thinks I'm a joke too.
Yeah, well, your dad's right!
But it's the only one involving him, and there's not another one for the rest of the movie, and there wasn't one before this part either, but it's all okay, because Mario and Donkey Kong find a rocket that allows them to escape. While Peach gets ready for her wedding to cease hostilities with the Allied forces, it turns out Peach had one last treacherous deed up her sleeve, and ups the flower on Bowser, causing the war to continue. Mario and Donkey Kong make their way back to the kingdom, where they begin their unjustified assaults on the Allied forces of the free world, and they manage to save the convicted felons from getting their just fates, including Luigi, and the brothers are reunited. Bowser manages to free himself, and orders the Allied forces to take drastic measures against the extremists that have assembled themselves before him, and in an act of unparalleled recklessness, Mario manages to divert the missile into one of the most densely populated human areas in the world. Then Mario sees an opportunity to steal Star, but Bowser continues to bravely guard it in the face of aggression, but the criminal terrorists decide to jump him, so he doesn't have a chance to finish the job. After Bowser cleans the trash off the streets, Peach throws a shell at him, and Mario and Luigi get the Star they are unworthy of wielding, and use it to destroy the brave Allied forces and their blameless commander Bowser himself. As if it wasn't unjust enough, the bandit Queen Peach decides to poison Bowser and keep him imprisoned with the help of her lackey Toad, and the streets of New York cheer that wickedness is won once again. So I guess now Mario and Luigi are plumbers in New York by day, and heroes in the Mushroom Kingdom by day as well, I guess. And they just go back and forth between the two realms. Overall, this movie was cool or something. Like, I think the parts with Mario and his family were relatable, but a lot of the humor was a little too corn, and the Apes were lame, but at the end of the day, this is a movie for fetuses, so I can't get too pressed about it. The moral of the story is that if you're ever in a position where you need to save your brother from a bunch of ops in another kingdom, then just team up with a woman who is willing to let her terrorist instincts go through, and an ape that is super annoying and unfunny and lame, and you two will be able to defeat the forces of the free world and be a plumber at the same time.